What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Lucid. It's always a good day when Lucid is the highest performing EV in the market, outperforming a lot of the big dogs such as Tesla and Rivian. So I'm going to talk about some of the current data points, what shorts did, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. Lucid went up 2.51% today, a fair amount of volume. So 22.02 million shares were traded, 28.9 is the average. These are some of the transactions that did occur in the secondary market, so you do see a little bit more interest coming from institutions. Of course, yesterday Powell gave the rubber stamp to the broader market, insinuating 3 rate cuts, and based on this, people are now assuming there's a 70% likelihood that there's going to be a cut in the June meeting, one which would be roughly 25 basis points, and so that would be huge for the broader market and EVs. So a lot of people are optimistic about that and Lucid's technicals, so the fact that it bounced off of this range will make a little bit more sense once I go over that. Today though, there was no news, no SEC filings, nothing like that, so they have been kind of radio silent, and to be honest, it is kind of getting annoying because you do know that the gravity is coming, just why aren't they really talking on anything or really giving updates, especially when it comes down to the name of the gravity? Do they need to change it? Like, it'd be really nice if Lucid was transparent once in their life, but who knows? You can only hope. Aside from that though, this was posted on social media yesterday. So it says, as a all-electric automaker, Lucid welcomes today's final rule from the US Environmental Protection Agency and its commitment to lowering greenhouse gas emissions. So ultimately referring to this right here. So all in all, it's kind of a boring read. It does go to show in the next couple of years, there's going to be transitions and kind of restrictions placed on gas vehicles, thus assuming people will transition to EVs. Makes sense behind the scenes. In order for Lucid to really capitalize, I think they do need to lower their prices. So mid-size SUV obviously needs to be 40,000 or less ideally, but we'll just have to wait and see because that isn't coming out up until the tail end of 2026. I have brought this chart up in the past, but it does show as well the average age of US vehicles by type. So cars are definitely getting up there for age. So kind of mimicking this, how in the next couple of years there is going to be a transition logically to EVs, but we'll just have to wait and see. As far as shorts though, they did increase about 2.99 million shares today. 27.76% of the free float is being shorted. 244.21 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost per average is 31%. Utilization as well is at 100%, and through interactive broker, short availability does indicate 0 shares available to be shorted. So things could get very interesting. Of course, as I've said in the past, based on the fundamentals of this shorts, technically it is a squeeze play. The only thing it's really lacked pretty much in its whole entirety of ever being traded was a surprise catalyst. So there's never really been a surprise coming out from Lucid that would really drive shorts to close out their positions. So hopefully Lucid does have something up their sleeve. So aside from all of that though, looking at this, so options, $319,000 in calls being purchased versus 118 in puts. So dollar value wise has gone down dramatically. So I don't know what's up with Lucid options, but of the options that were done today, 51% of them were bullish and optimistic. And of the call options that are being purchased, there's a consensus for it to be above $3, and then puts is below $3. So kind of same as yesterday, a little bit. Dark pool, very much popular as normal. So this is obviously linked to shorting. So this is where they kind of hide and mask a lot of their trades. Aside from that though, with it closing at $2.86, it is trading between this S2 and this S1. So like I said, it bouncing off of this and kind of moving higher, it has to do with this right here. So it bounced off this S2. So 272 is a very strong support. We at least know that at this stage going forward. And so in theory, the next point to watch for is Lucid to test this 297. And hopefully if it does get above that, then it'll be able to go into the $3 and plus range. As far as on the actual chart, it is still lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, but looking a little bit more optimistic. So of course, that's kind of a good thing. Looking at the stochastic, you do see a bullish deviation, so white line above the red, and as well all, it is still considered oversold. So as I've said in the past, if Lucid was to put out something, then yes, you'd get a rush of value investors, and depending on how good of a catalyst it is or the piece of news, then you could see a short squeeze. So maybe Lucid could kind of do a 2-for-1, maybe put out some epic news saying that we're having the midsize SUV come out prior to the Gravity. I could see that would be crazy, crazy news. Like if Lucid came out saying that they're putting out, like, let's say a $30,000 to $40,000 vehicle, even further advanced than Rivian, like that would be epic for Lucid. Aside from that, retail hasn't done all that much, kind of flat, as you can kind of see. So if you have been one of those retail investors buying, selling, holding, what you've been doing, let me know in the comments below. But aside from that, what do you think Lucid is really holding on to? Why they're not putting out substantial news? Do you think that they just have nothing to talk on, or are they waiting on something specific? So what's your thoughts on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. But one final thing, make sure you guys take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. Simply sign up for an account with Moo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.